This is the heart of the matter with Math and Rhyme. I was riding on a plane recently and I found a nice window seat on Southwest, and so I was sitting there. And all of a sudden I was sitting there and there was these two ladies and they just ordered beer after beer after beer. And I was thinking, this is way too much beer for 10 o'clock in the morning. Well, by the end of the flight, they started engaging me in a conversation. And I found out that the reason they drink so much is because they sell beer. They go all around the nation selling beer, and they're kind of beer contractors, which kind of made sense. But I kept waiting for the question of, what do you do for a living? It's always that awkward moment when I have to say, I'm a minister, and then all of a sudden they get religion often. It's interesting, in Matthew chapter 16, Jesus looks at his disciples, and he asks them kind of the same question. What do people say that I am? Well, the disciples kind of give the who's who. Oh, Jeremiah, Elijah, one of the prophets, maybe even like John the Baptist. But then Jesus does something very powerful. He says, but who do you say that I am? See, a lot of times in life, it's easy for us to be reporters, reporting on what other people say about religion, or reporting on what the preacher says, or the elder says, or my parents say. But Jesus asks all of us, who do you say Jesus Christ is? And we have to make up that choice. Is he the Christ? Is he the Messiah? Or is he just another prophet? Because when you say that Jesus is the Christ, everything in your life has to change. Everything is different. You have to live a life according to the fact that Jesus is the Son of God. You have to live that way. I remember being on another plane. I was sitting with a guy who was leaving his family. For a long time, he traveled a lot. And he was worried about his family. And I remember as I was walking off, he ran up to me. And he knew that I was a minister. And he says, do you mind praying for my family? A lot of times we may say, oh yeah, sure I will. But I stopped at that moment, put my arm around him, and we prayed for his family. You know, if you say that Jesus is the Christ, you have to say it to everybody. See, this is the heart of the matter. When we confess Christ, we confess Him more than just in word, but also in deed.